Hello everyone, today we're going to go over an SBOM tool called SPDXCyclone. This is a command line tool that converts CycloneDX formatted SBOMs to SPDX formatted SBOMs. So first of all, I cloned the SPDXCyclone Git repository. If you follow their setup instructions, you should be fine. Once you've done that, you should see what my screen is looking like right now, excluding this JSON file. But really where we want to go is the target directory. So if we cd into target, here are the 4 .jar files that we might want to run. The only one that's really useful is this jar with dependencies file. In order to run this file, it's pretty easy. It is just java-jar, and then you call the file jar with dependencies. That is the only one that will work. And then you want to link the Cyclone SBOM, and then you need to create your own SPDX SBOM. This cannot already exist, so the SPDX.json file must not exist before you run. So if we run the command, it'll give us a couple warnings and then print a bunch of information out. So basically what this is saying is that SPDX doesn't support a certain property, and it just adds it to the annotation section. So if we list the directory again, we should see a new file that got created. We can see that this is in fact in the SPDX version. On their GitHub, they do have a link to the direct comparison conversion from CycloneDX to SPDX. So if you want absolute finite details, I would go over there and check it out. I'm just going to cover the header information, a component, and then any dependencies. So just to start things off, the BOM format is removed, so it just says CycloneDX here. It's kind of just switched over because it's obviously not going to be CycloneDX. The spec version over here is moved to SPDX version, which is just appended onto it. On the website, 1.4 and 1.3 are mapped to SPDX 2.2. I was able to map a CycloneDX version 1.2 over to the SPDX version 2.2. That isn't inherently supported. The serial number and version number are mapped to the document namespace area. So as you can see, you have C5F whatever, and that's added just up till here. And then once the serial number ends, there's an underscore that separates that and the version number. The metadata section is this entire section, and it is found in creation info right here. So we can't see all of it, so let me slide it over. So obviously it's converted from CycloneDX. It was created 220531. So that was when the original SBOM was initially created. So that is the timestamp that's found over on the left-hand side. And then the creators is what created the original SBOM, which is found in the vendor and name and version number right here. The hash values that are stored here don't have a specific slot in the SPDX version, so it's just added as a comment right here where it has all the information listed, including all the hashing algorithms, and that's just this entire line. Scrolling down a little bit, this is still in the metadata section. As you can see, this information is found in the document describe section, so it is really just the BOM reference variable that's found here, but it switches all the special characters, so slashes, @ symbols, question marks, they switched them all to dashes. I don't know why this is the case. I assume it's because the SPDX version does not support the special characters. So now let's minimize this and head to the components. The first one that shows up is the Apache Software Foundation's org.apache.devo. The SPDX version is not the same order. So if we just search the description that's found here, and then if we just scroll up a little bit, we get to the BOM reference variable that's found at the bottom of the CycloneDX page. This one is in fact the same, where it just replaces all the special characters with dashes. And then if we go back up, we can start looking through all the information. So in the SPDX side, the next section is annotations, which is just notes that didn't fit in the SPDX outline. So just to start off, the annotation types, date and annotator doesn't really matter. They'll be all the same for each component. The first interesting part is the comment where it's missing the term library. So that's helpful. Now you know that this Dubbo version 3.0.7 is in fact a library. It's missing some hash values, which is a little bit strange because it does include them right below. So I'm not entirely sure where this is coming from. The next information is the checksum, which is just the hash values over here, and they are the same. So we know that that's the same values. The next values are reference links, which match up to the external references over in CycloneDX. So the Maven 2 repository, it has the Issues tab and the Issues Tracker tab. The Issues Tracker is not located here, which is quite interesting. It's only in the SPDX version. And then the final two links, the GitHub Apache Dubbo is found here, and then the final homepage website is connected to this first external reference that's located in the website area. After the external references, we have the homepage, which I already talked about, and then the name, originator, and version information. So this is again found back at the top. So if we scroll back up here, we see the name is Dubbo. That's correct. The organization is the Apache Software Foundation, and it has the correct version. So that is all of the component. Let's go now to dependencies. If we look over at the CycloneDX version of the relationship graphs, we can see the one reference to a component and everything that it depends on. So in SPDX, it does look quite different. When we're looking at relationships, it just has an element ID, the SPDX element, and what is going on. So this is kind of really hard to understand without looking at the CycloneDX version. So if we just search up the org.apache.dubbo dash, because the SPDX converter changes all special characters to dashes, dash dubbo dash 3.0.7, we can find the org.apache.dubbo, which is the same as this file, is related to maven-org.springframework-spring. So that looks to be this first relationship here. So in CycloneDX, the ref depends on this value. In SPDX, the ID depends on the element. So apache.dubbo depends on the Spring framework. So that's how you read the relationships. And after you figure that out, it is more straightforward. That is what this tool does. It pretty accurately converts CycloneDX formatted SBOMs into SPDX formatted SBOMs, and I would definitely recommend this tool if you ever need to convert from CycloneDX to SPDX. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you for checking out this video. If you really liked it, be sure to check out our other videos right here, and then you can also subscribe right up top here. And again, thank you. Bye-bye.